Today with Mark from Dominion. He's doing some tremendous work. We're stoked to have him. Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself and your Web3 journey.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for hosting us. Good to be here. So I've been in crypto 5 or 6 years now, working variety of roles from community management to advisory for projects, and more recently BD for BorgPad and Swissborg. So really talking to founders, VCs, KOLs, all that type of stuff. And then last year I founded Dominion, which is a tokenized silver project.
Very cool. And tell us a little bit more about the team that's cooking this.
Yeah, sure. So we've got quite an experienced team. We've got some experts in DeFi. We've got a metals expert as well, who's not crypto. He's more a bullion dealer. He trades, and he also helps miners, like real miners, not Bitcoin miners, get metal to market. So we've got somebody that used to sit on the London Metal Exchange, part of our team, and we have a few crypto degens as well helping us with the DeFi. So a pretty superstar team. That's what's caught a lot of the interest of like VCs and big institutional firms, is we have a very established team with a lot of experience over the past few years as well.
Okay, excellent. And tell us a little bit more about the problem that y'all are solving for, why silver, that type of thing.
Yeah, sure. So physical silver, everybody wants to own the real physical stuff, but actually owning it's pretty problematic across the world. So you pay different premiums depending on where you are in the world. Right now, the premium on physical silver in the UK is about 50 to 60% above spot. Other parts of the world, it's going to be a little bit cheaper, but there's not a uniform price. On top of that, you've got physical silver. I've got some here, some coins, but they don't earn me anything when they're sitting here just looking shiny. So they don't provide yield. And then when you sell them, it's quite a problematic process. You have to send them for appraisal. They have to agree a price. You don't get your premium back, so you get paid less than spot. So really, physical silver is great to have, but it's actually quite a hard asset to make money on. So what we're doing is we're untapping 24/7 liquidity, so you can buy and sell whenever you like. It's a fixed price globally, and we pay yield on your silver tokens as well.
Okay, very cool. And I'm sure people are wondering, how would you kind of compare and contrast gold versus silver?
Yeah, sure. So I think gold, also a great store of value. I think both have a place in a portfolio. I think being diversified is always key in this day and age. But I think for us, the attraction of silver is that it does have that kind of safe haven status, but it's also got massive demand from the manufacturing industries. So if you look at EVs, solar panels, renewables in general, basically any tech infrastructure or component will have some element of silver in it, whether it be a microchip, a data center, a EV, or a solar panel. So the demand is constantly rising. And then on top of that, silver mining is actually quite hard. So silver is actually a byproduct of mining copper or zinc. So what normally happens with gold is when the price rises, it becomes more profitable to mine gold. So loads of people go out and mine gold. With silver, it's not as easy to just turn on a silver mine. Not to mention they're located in some tough geographies around the world. So it makes it quite difficult. So we think supply is going to stay kind of consistent over the next 5 years, but demand's only going to increase. And that's going to force prices higher.
Very cool. Why don't you go ahead and share your screen? Walk us through how it actually works. Very curious too about utilizing some DeFi strategies. And yeah, I think too, I know you're mentioning before how it's really a pain to hold silver, correct? But y'all take care of that.
Yeah, exactly. So this is our website. Our company's Dominion. We basically peg the price of silver slightly above spot price, and the reason we do that is because that gives everybody a uniform price, but also it means that that covers insurance, vaulting, auditing, all the things you need to be concerned about when you are buying physical. On top of that, what we also do is this is the same price for buying and selling. So if you buy at $133, you can sell at that price as well. It's not like the physical market where you pay a premium, but you don't get refunded a premium. We vault the silver in North America. So we have a few sites across North America where we store the silver. Really easy to buy. It's on Solana, so fees are pretty cheap. You can buy in Solana or USDT. And we are kind of in the pre-launch phase right now where we're just stacking our treasury full of silver. At the same time, we let me just go through the roadmap here. We do have a quite extensive roadmap, and it's going to come quick and fast. We are kind of in this phase here, fundraising, building up to TGE, and then we're going to have yield where we pay. So if you stake your silver, we take all the protocol fees. We actually buy physical silver, and then we distribute your yield in silver tokens. That means that your stack of silver is constantly growing over time, and you're getting paid quite an attractive yield. The target yield's about 20%, paid in silver. So while silver's gone through a big breakout recently, most of the time it actually trades kind of up and to the right, slow and steady. At the same time, you'll be compounding your gains by earning yield. And then we offer borrow and lend, futures, all that good stuff to come as well. Yeah, we use DeFi to generate the yield. We are over collateralized at all times, and every token is backed 1-to-1 by silver. So yeah, it's pretty safe. This is how it works, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward, to be fair.
Very cool. And I was curious, how are you all able to achieve, such a high rate on the yield?
Yeah, sure. So because the price is actually pegged, it means that the liquidity in the liquidity pool can be very concentrated, and that means little price movements generate fees. On top of that, we arbitrage the pool to keep the price pegged as steady as possible. So that generates fees as well. And then the borrow and lend market for silver is actually huge because in most of crypto, most of DeFi, most of the loans go against something like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin, while it is a bit more stable than crypto, it still can drop 30-40% in a short period of time.
Sure.
Over the weekend, it could drop 40% in a few hours. We saw it in October. So because of that, they can only offer loans at like 30-40% loan to value. With silver, because it's backed by physical silver, they can actually offer loans up to 70% LTV. So that creates a huge borrow and lend market for us, which generates more revenue, which generates more buy pressure. And anyone smart enough out there that knows how to loop, they'll be able to use the looping feature to really stack silver quickly.
Okay, very cool. Anything else on the website that you'd like to show us?
No, our website's live. You can go and check it out. It explains everything. It's got all our documents. It's got a roadmap, a nice FAQ as well, just to explain how we do it. We also offer redemption. So eventually you will be able to claim the physical silver you've bought and you'll be able to get it delivered to you. But this is just a quick, it shows the difference as well in prices. We've got the comparison chart here so you can go and see how different prices around the world vary. You can see some different prices depending on what geography you're in. If you're buying physical silver in the UK today, you're probably paying about $178 an ounce. We are $133. And you can see Switzerland's probably the cheapest out of these three as well.
Very cool. And how are you actually able to achieve such a better rate than those other countries? Does that have to do with because you have to actually store and ship the silver?
Yeah, so we can buy across the world. So we have kind of whole scale advantage, but also we have, like I said, our metals expert, Francis, is part of the team. He deals direct with miners, and then he has really good relationship with vaults as well. So we can buy the silver probably cheaper than most retail customers can globally. And then because we've got such an ambitious growth plan, we can say to anyone we're buying the metal off, this isn't a one-off buy. We're going to be buying monthly, and we're going to be buying big quantities every single month, which means that they're more likely to give us better rates, better fees, and overall just be better business partners because they're going to get a constant stream of business from us.
Absolutely. Was curious if you could highlight a bit on the security and how that works.
Yeah, of course. So we The first stage is really buying the physical silver. So when we buy the physical silver, it's investment grade. We have the serial numbers uploaded to our website. We then have independent audits of the vault every month. So somebody will go in and attest that for every 1 token in circulation, we have 1 ounce of silver. Now, we're always going to have more silver, just so that if there's any supply gluts, we are over collateralized. We also have independent third-party audits that happen every quarter, and that just means that we've got kind of like a double check on the supply. We've got our own internal audits, then we get a third party to do it as well. On top of that, we're going to do some cool content around the actual vault to show people the metal's real, where it is, and really just highlight how transparent we are, because we want to be the #1 silver on chain, and the only way to do that is build trust through transparency. The other side of that is we will offer redemption, so people can test us out, so they can claim their silver. There won't be any issues with that. And again, that just adds to that trust. If people think they can go on and claim it and actually get it delivered, then they're going to more likely trust us as well.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, anything else you'd like to highlight?
No, I think we're building up. We've got loads of traction behind the scenes from TradFi. There is a few gold products that are doing something similar to this, but there's no silver products in the market right now. We are working with a number of metals dealers and miners across North America who are sitting on huge piles of silver but aren't earning any yield. We can actually help them with that, give them some yield for their supply of silver. But yeah, you're going to hear a lot of big announcements from us over the next month. We are going to be working with some big partners in the Solana ecosystem. We'll be at Consensus in Hong Kong as well, showcasing what we're bringing. And yeah, it's going to be fast in the next month or so. We're going to have announcement after announcement. There's a lot of hype following this, and you see the RWA, the tokenization movement right now. We think we are going to capture a big part of that market.
Right. Yeah, you don't see enough of it in silver, and it's such a tremendous use case, even stronger than gold. I mean, in a lot of ways.
So yeah, you've also got the volatility as well. So people want to trade silver more than they want to trade gold. Gold's kind of buy, hold, and forget about. Silver, people actually want to buy, sell, buy, sell. That benefits us because we could capture more fees, but also it just brings people in and actually exposes them to our brand, our company, and long term we will be adding different metals. So silver is just the first. We will add potentially copper, platinum, palladium, things like that further down the line.
Okay, excellent. Anything else you want to highlight on the product roadmap?
Yeah, so the product roadmap, to be fair, is going to be over. And we're going to launch pretty much all of this.
Yeah, I was curious too, for like end of the year, what are you looking to achieve?
Yeah, by the end of the year, we think our TVL will be up kind of north of $50 million TVL. From there, once we get to that stage, that's where we'll probably expand into other metals. The first stage right now, we are well underway building towards TGE. Once the yield goes live, I think we will see massive demand for the token. And then borrow, lend, and silver futures will come very soon after. We're already in talks with a number of perps dexes to list us. So yeah, we've got a number of partners already agreed. So that'll come out very soon. And then by the end of the year, once we hit our KPIs for silver, we'll go into other metals, we'll duplicate, we'll replicate, and we will build the entire metals tokenization platform. That's why Francis, who's our metals expert, is a key member of our board, because he doesn't just deal in silver, he actually deals in a lot of metals across South America and Africa. So he's going to be a big part of our company long term.
Very cool. Excellent. Where can we find out more information about you, the team, and about Dominion?
Yeah, sure. So if you check out our website, it's dominion.market. On Twitter, we have dominion_market. That's pretty much where we post all our updates. We do quite a lot of public posts on what we're working on. I'd love to show you my calendar, but for data protection, I can't. But it's absolutely stacked with meeting after meeting. I think we've moved this twice this stream because I am absolutely inundated with interest in this project. So yeah, we feel pretty confident about what's coming. I think everybody watching will be pretty interested in the next few days as well with some big announcements.
Absolutely. Well, sensational product, and really, something that's, the market is absolutely begging for. So, Mark, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and best of luck.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. And thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Bye now.